Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. I'm Shrike, as always. Don't know why I'm doing a different intro this time, but we are going to just keep going. So we're still doing +2 on all of the areas. So that way we're doing literally as many puzzles as we humanly can do. All right, so this is just difficulty 1, so it's just going to be, oh, hey, Mingle shape. Neighboring regions must have a different shape. Okay, so I can't do this, for instance, because then they're same shape. Okay. Curious. That's going to add a wrench to things, that's for sure. You don't typically have to think about that. I'm already seeing some squares here with lines in between to separate them, so great. The fact that these puzzles are so visual is nice. So this has to be a 1, sure. Which means I can't have any other ones beside it. The only way to fill in here is a 2. I can't fit a 4 there. But if I put a 2 here, it's going to be like, you're wrong. So I have to do a 4 here, a 2 here, a 1 here, a 2 here, a 1 here, a 2 here, and there you go. Just so that none of them are adjacent to each other. Let's see. I don't know if these are, well, they always come out. This one can't be straight. It has to be an L piece here or here. If this is an L piece, then this one would be straight and they wouldn't interfere with each other. If this was here, it would have to go here and it wouldn't be valid. Therefore, God, this game is so good. This has to be straight. There you go. The rest just falls into place. We have a lot of, so many puzzles, so many puzzles. Oh, they're bringing these back. With this clause, Mingle and Rose windows. All right. Oh, that is interesting. Well, this one is forced to be a line. There's no other way to get any other colors without overlapping, so we'll do that. This one has 2 choices, but if it's a straight line, it will interfere with this and be wrong. So it must be an L piece. Now, this one can't be straight or an L piece. Uh-oh. This will be wrong. If it's this, then it's wrong here. Ruh-roh. Curious. Cannot. Oh, I can extend it so it's farther. So it could be here or here. I'm not sure which. Same with this. Ah, there you go. And then this is a line, and that's fine. Nothing is the exact same shape. Oh, it's so good. We've got a 3 here. Let's up the ante a little bit. Sure, why not? They cannot be the same shape as each other. So, like, if I do this, and then do this, they're the same shape. You can't do it. So, how would I differentiate them? Because I still have to fill in every square. Okay. So, can I cross over at all? I could. And I can do. And then it's like, oh, they're technically the same shape because they're mirrored. Can I take away a square from somewhere? And then give it to the other side. It has to be over here because the yellow is, or I... It has to be something to do with this middle. Can I swap these around? And then do this? That won't work. Unless... That'll still be the same shape. Could I do... I will separate, but I could come all the way around, maybe? So like what? I have to think of a more cleverer way to get them together. Like, we already know we can't do this. That'll break this rule. And because of the cutout corners, I can't easily just extend one and have the other one be shorter or whatever. I could do, if I do this again, it's the same problem. So I'm thinking, but then how do I get the red if that's the case? Because I can't do this. If I go across here, then how are you going to get a red if you have this purple? Like I can't do both here. Well, that looks very different shaped. I can't get the purple now. Is the problem. They can't cross streams. Which implies that this kind of has to happen, but then... This is hard. I mean, I feel like it's got to be... Stop. You know, probably not that. Then how do I get this? Oh, man. All right, what difficulty? This is only difficulty 3, so clearly I'm just being bogged by... I think I had trouble with this before as well. And a similar one that was more complex, but had a bunch of walls. I had to use a hint. Gasp. So, like, the main difference is that this yellow is over here, and that these are swapped. Wow, thanks, Shrike. Never would have guessed that. The reds obviously have to be different colors. I don't necessarily know if which links with which. So for instance, well, actually I do, because I can't do that because it blocks it off. So they have to be linked together at some point. And if they have that yellow, this has to have this yellow. Is there... It's not going to be that simple. Oh, it is that simple. It is that simple. Okay. We are learning techniques for solving those types of puzzles. I was kind of hoping they give me another one. Okay, there has to be ones in the here. Interesting. Is there anything stopping me from doing... Oh, they're the same shape. They're the same shape. I see. Clever girl. These are the ones, which doesn't work. And plus, this was invalid anyways up here. Okay. So the trick is that I can't encapsulate these walls. That's the main gimmick. And obviously I can't just fill in the others as ones. Well, I can in this corner actually. Which makes me think. Does it make me think? Does it really? Are you sure about that? Can't get the... I could do that actually. That would work. Can I do that on the other side? No, because we've got a 1 here and here. But I can't do a 3 and a 3 either. We are close, I feel like. There's no way for me to... Plus, yeah, that doesn't quite work. I can't do the same trick over here because, again, same problem. This feels really smart, but then I can't do this. And I can do that, but then these are touching. It's so close, dude. So close. It's only a difficulty 2. So there's some very simple solution that I'm just not seeing. Can't make these 2s. Okay, well, you got these corners. One of these has to be... Oh, that almost is almost brilliant. One of these has to be a triangle, and the other one has to fill basically the rest. Well, I can do this. That's fine. But then these are wrong. Can I swap these around? Is there a way for me to do... That can't be a 2. Not really. 2 and a 1. That doesn't work here. Doesn't work at all. I thought I could have like a 3 line, but then these are not the same, or they are the same, I should say. I did this. I mean, it makes no difference, I suppose. The trick is, I want to have the 2 here. Wait, can I do that? I can do that. Aha. Aha. Okay, I bet you guys in the comments saw that solution way before I did. But I'm sure there were other puzzles where I was faster. So, it, you know, it balances out, right? Well. So this guy can only be done this way or this way. And it's just figuring out which way. I would assume this one. Oh, but then these can't be touching. Oh, these can't be touching. There we go. Okay. Easy enough. All right, let's go along the left, I guess. This has to be a 1. This can be a 2 or a 3. Oh, never mind. No, it can't because there have to be 1s and 2s. Why is this suddenly like so easy? Because it's level 2. That's why. That's why. Oh, well. Nope. There we go. We got it. 1s and corner pieces. Well, these could be 1 or they could be corners. I don't know which. Is there a way for me to know? Yes. If this was a corner piece going this direction, then I can't do a 1 and a corner because no matter what I do, it's invalid. It would have to go this way in that case. Could do 1s like this. That would work. And then I'd have to do this. No, that doesn't work. I could do one. I could do multiple 1s. Which means I need a 3 here. Then I need a bunch of 1s like that. Feels good. I know it's only a difficulty 3, but it still feels good. This is a 1. Well, there's only one choice there. Which means... I can't really fit this in any other way. That gets forced. And then I need something. Yeah. I could just alternate. Oh, That means it has to be like that. Uh-oh. No, that works. Okay, good. Good. A 3, a 2. I mean, 3 is slightly more hidden, so let's grab that. Oh, okay. No limitations other than what they've shown us. So we just have to have a pattern that can be repeated, which seems very, very easy at first glance, but is not in practice. Like if I do this, I'll end up getting multiple 1s beside each other. Oh, I know what I can't do. Hold on. I know that everything around these have to be 1s. Then there's only so many ways to fill in the rest of it. Oh, crap. But then that leaves the middle. And that's not correct. So I can't just do a nice symmetrical solution. I have to be a little more creative than that. Which is Easier said than done, I suppose. Cute. After we did the last area in like literally 45 minutes, I was so confident. What if I don't have it at the corner? What if I don't have it at the corner? Oh, that's it. So it is a nice symmetrical solution. It is a nice symmetrical solution. I just had to shift it over one. The Mingle shape window. Are you single and ready to mingle? All right, this has to be probably a 2, because, well, if it's a 3, this could be a 2. That's fine. 2. There's probably a better way to do this. Oh, yeah, so that doesn't work here. There'll be no way to fill that in. So I think this has to be a 2, and this has to be a 3. And then we can do it like so. There we go. And then this has to be a 2 in some direction. I'm not sure which. Same with this. If it goes this way, then this would have to go this way, and it would obviously not be valid. Therefore, I'm going to assume this has to go up, and then this will have to go up as well. And it all just comes into place. So sick. This 2. Oh, it's more of these shapes. Oh, no. It doesn't say I have to fill in every square. Or does it? Well, they have to be of different shapes. So I want to get as many of these together as I possibly can. Is what I'm thinking. Oops, so it would be like that. And like that. And like that. Then how do I get these last 2? Oh, but they have to be different shapes. Oh, no. This is only difficulty 2? This seems so hard. My brain already doesn't want to do it. My brain's like, no. Okay, this means... What does this mean? I think each pair of 2 has to be their own shape, but nothing else. But then they can't be adjacent to each other. Okay. We can probably do that. So this has to be something. Could be down here. That gives us more space. So if I do that, then I have to try and not touch the other ones, because then we'll be invalid. I don't think I can do that with that setup. So I'm thinking maybe it has to go like this, or I can rotate it. Yes. That's probably better. I don't have anything sticking out. And then you can go like this, not technically touch anything. And then you can be like this and not touch anything. How do I get these 2? Like so? Maybe? No. What about these guys? 2 in a row, 3 like that. And like this. Okay. Okay. We did it, but this area is gonna melt my brain. Nothing can be more than the same. Okay, so clever, clever. I think all I have to do is alternate, really. How do I fill this in then? It could be it can't be a 2. And I can't do this unless I do this. Which, yeah, I just do rotational symmetry. Then I've got 2 3s here, so it doesn't matter what I do. Something's going to conflict. So I can't do complete rotational symmetry. Could have a 1 here. Could have a... That doesn't work. Does not work. If we got two sides of the 3 touching one of these, you can never have a 3 in it. Oh, we can have a 4. You can have a 4. I'm not limited to 3. This one has no walls. Nice. Okay, cool. Oh, this... just this game is just full of puzzles. Who would have thought? Okay, this could go this way or this way. It's more space efficient to do this, so I assume that's gonna be necessary. Oh, because they can't mingle. So space efficiency is not necessarily true. Not necessarily true. So I can't have it touching. So this would be a 2, 3. This is a 4, but I can't touch this guy. So that blocks off, and that means this has to go here. Because I can't have this touching it, and it can't touch... Wait. I can do that, actually. But then this blocks this, so no, I cannot. There we go. And that would be bad. This would block this guy. Therefore, something is wrong. This guy can't go down because then it'll touch this one. And I can't go this way either. All right, so we know this is force. We know this comes out. I don't know where it goes after that. This guy, I know it can't go down and it can't go to the right, so it has to go here. This guy could go down or to the right. I don't know which. Actually, going down is better. No, it's not. It's not possible. It can be possible if I do it that way. And then this can work. By doing this. There we go. And then... over here, this can't touch that. And it can't get through this. So it's almost certainly going to be... like that. And then like this. And, oh, I can't do that. I can't do this. I can't do that. Uh-oh. I can do this. Then this is blocked. And this can't go over more because... Can I fit this guy in anywhere else? Any other way? That wouldn't touch... it would touch this if it was here. Going up, it's honestly fine. But then it won't touch this, so it doesn't work. That's blocking. That's invalid. Can I shuffle this stuff at all? You can't go down here. I can't do this. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, what about over on the right-hand side? Can I do anything differently here? That's gives us more space? I don't think so. I can't do this. I can't do that. I could do this and this, but then this touches that. Could do this again, but then these touch. Oh, I can do this and then bring this blue one over here. Right. Yeah, this area is definitely harder on my soul. All right, well, there's a 4 hidden up here, so since it's so small. There's so many squares. Now, is the background a hint at all? I don't think so, because it's not perfectly white, weirdly enough. Like the background of it is not. It's plain white. Was it always that way? Am I crazy? I might be crazy. Okay, this can go. It could go up potentially. Nothing's stopping it from going either of these directions. Oh, where do I even start here? Guess that's always, you know, a thought process. Okay, this guy can't go left or can't go to the side horizontally. Has to go vertically. It could be here or here. I don't know which, but those 2 squares must be taken up. If these all went horizontally, do I have to fill every square? Yes, because we got Mingle shape. If I did that, oh, they have to all be different shapes. So if this was here, I couldn't do that. And if I did this with them touching, then I wouldn't be able to ever do this anywhere because these would conflict. So that means these have to be combined together. Gotcha. So that's our first forest. Now this corner doesn't necessarily have to be filled by a 3. It could be filled by a 1. Even if it was filled by a 3, actually would be really bad. Can I just pair these up blindly? So the 4. 3. I need a 4 here though. And probably here. And then these have to be matched up. And then I've got 2s in between. Oh, but these can't touch. So it'd have to be like this. But then this is still doable. I'm leaving different shapes in between. That's not wrong. That would be invalid. So I can't do that. Oh, sorry. Could do this. 3 here would be incorrect, but I could also fill in a lot more with like random space. This is fine. This would be fine. Is this okay? No. So this 4, these 4s are a big problem doing it this way. They are a big problem. Some of them are gonna have to go vertically, obviously. Obviously that doesn't work. Then touch there. That's a problem. I can't include all of them, all 3 of these either, because I only have 4 tiles, naturally. So what do I do? I'm thinking these have to be vertical and not horizontal, but that messes up these. I could be wrong about this. That's a very real possibility, actually. No, it's not, because then these will never have enough space. So one of them has to be. Could be in the middle. Could be something like this. Then I'm not going to have space to do these ones. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's just physically impossible. These ones can never be vertical. Unless it combines with this and this. Oh, well, I guess that is possible. That is possible. Could do this, for instance. You know? And I've got 1s in between. This could... But then that blocks that from ever being viable. It'd have to be down even farther. Which I guess, yeah, we can do. We can do this. 3, 3. Then this 4 would have to be here. Okay. Then this blocks these guys. That doesn't work. Oh, wait, it does. I can do this. Right? And then there'll be 1s in between. This is a 4, but then, I'm gonna have to do something similar over here then as well. Is it just gonna be mostly a vertical solution? Is that what I was missing? I was trying to do horizontal when it was vertical. It needs to be vertical. Then I can't fit in. It needs to be vertical. Unless I start from the top and I offset everything. It's entirely possible. But there... If I did this, for instance. Can this 4 fit in? No. But I can if I shift it over 1 and do a 3 here, but then that's lined up, so I have to shuffle it, and I have to go down 1 here, but the problem with that is it's touching this. These 3 can never be... Oh my god, this is so hard! This is very hard for me, at the very least. These 4s are a big problem. They are a big problem. Do you think the way they're oriented is a clue? Do you think it's a clue? No, because all the 4s are horizontal. They just made it consistent. Just to help differentiate easily so you don't have to necessarily count them, I guess. Just an accessibility thing. It's probably not a clue. Like these can't touch, these can't touch. So this is just, it has to be wrong. Which means these have to be vertical. But I ran into the same problem down here. All right, I'm restarting. All right. Let's just draw as many squares as we think we can get away with. So this cannot go horizontally. Has to go vertically. So it may connect with this, or it may go to the corner. Don't know which yet. So we'll just leave it there. This could be anywhere, as far as I'm concerned. This 4, and if it goes horizontal, then we get blocked by this. No matter what happens, whether it goes up and down or horizontal, we get blocked. So it cannot go horizontally. This forces it to go down. It could go too farther down. Then it would conflict with this guy, so that can't be true. So it has to be here. Oh, sorry, this has to be 3 then. Oh, wait, I don't know if that's going to fill in that spot or not. I don't know if it's going up or down yet. Okay. Well, we know this is here. Because any other orientation conflicts. So this guy obviously can't go north. He can go east. If he goes, again, all the way 4 to the right, then he conflicts with this guy. So I have to extend him left. And that locks this one in place. They can't go north at that point. This 3, the only way for it to fit in is if it gets lumped with that. And this 3 cannot go completely left, but it could be here, or it could go with him. I don't know yet. I don't know which direction it goes. Same with this. I don't know. In the bottom here, this could combine with that or not. I don't know. Okay, what about these 4s? This 4 on the right, bottom, it could, in theory, go vertically. That would not conflict with anything. Could also go horizontally and not conflict with anything. So I don't really learn any information. Unless it conflicts with 3s down here, but it doesn't look like it. So I'd be more inclined to make it horizontal. Because then it won't be blocking all these 3s. But these 3s could also be vertical and it could with it, you know? There's nothing stopping us from doing that. Okay, I can't do that though. Oh, I can't do that because this guy would then conflict on either the left or the right. Therefore, this 3 can't be vertical. So it has to be paired with this. That's fine. That's fine. These could still be paired together. Or if it's like this, actually, yeah, this guy gets orphaned. So it has to be like that. I think those are locked in place. These are 2s and these are 1s. Okay. This 4 here can go north. It can't go east. So it has to go north. That forces this to be a 3 and this to be a 1. This one has to go horizontally, but it has to be over here. Oh, frig it. No, it gets stuck. It gets orphaned. That means this is wrong. The yellow has to be wrong. Yeah. So I think these have to be horizontal then. Because by process of elimination... Oh, that means that has to be like this and this like that. Now, can I pair up all the 3s? I can. Oh, didn't mean to color that in. Holy crap, that was the hardest 4 I've ever had, I think. Frig. Give me an easier one. All right. Well, that's locked in. If this goes here, it will conflict with that, so I'll go left. This seems straightforward. Okay. This has to go here or here, I suppose. I don't actually know which direction it goes from there. No, it's not that. On the left-hand side here, it's probably better for a 3 to fill it in. Probably better for a 3 here and a 2. A 2 doesn't... 2 and a 3? Oh, it has to be a 2 and a 1. Or a 1 and a 2. Sorry. There we go. Not too bad. Let's try this 2 as well. Well, this has to come out and go here or here, but again, it can't be neighboring, so it must go that way, which forces this. And then this gets forced. Oh boy. These have to be connected. Otherwise, they're always going to be end up adjacent to each other, unless he goes left. No, yeah, that won't work. Even if he went left, this guy would have no escape without touching him. Okay, similarly, this guy cannot touch this. I could do this and have 2s. That works. I can't have this touching these guys or these guys. There you go. I like it. 4s. Okay, let's do some of these easy 2s over here. 1 by 2, 2 by 2, or 2 by 3. And of course, mingle shape. Well, this is forced to be a 1 by 2. There's nothing else it can be. I could do this and this, or I could do this. I don't know which yet. So that could be anything. In here, cannot be a 1 by 2s. So it has to be a 2 by 2. That's the only thing that fits. And then up here, we could do something like this. Oh no, I can't, because I would be touching. And if I do 2 by 1 here, or even something big like this, then I have spaces I can't really fill. So I think it has to be a 2 by 3. Which means I have to now fill this in with these. I don't know if it should be a... Yeah, I think that probably makes more sense. But I have a problem here, potentially. This no longer has a valid space. It can't be a 1 by 2 because then it flicks with this. Can't be a 2 by 2 because it flicks with that. And it can't be a... Yeah, so that does not work. But how? That means this can't be a 2 by 3. What else could it possibly be then? What? I've created a death corner here. I must be mistaking something. So let's try somewhere else. I don't know. This has to be a 2 by 2 or 2 by 3. If it's a 2 by 2 or 2 by 3, then this has to be square, probably. Then that makes these areas very awkward. I'm assuming it's gonna be a square. 2 by 3s. Then what do I put in here? Then I'm screwed there. Unless I do that. Does that work? It does work. That would not work. This would work. This is a bit of a... Oh, well, I can do this. Again, I have that spot in the left that just gets completely screwed. Means I'm wrong. I'm just wrong. I'm just wrong. So I have to figure out how to fill this out then. This creates a death. I can't do that. I could do this plus this. No, because like... Could I have 2 2 by 3s? I could. This is something I can do. Aha. And then I can do this. This is a bit of a problem. No, maybe not. Here I have to fill up a lot of space with alternating shapes. Okay. That was unreasonably difficult for me. I'm really interested to see what other people would find really hard in terms of puzzles versus me. Because in 5 minutes, we've been going at 40 minutes for this. I was almost done the entire area +2 last time by this amount. Okay, this really doesn't have very many ways it can go, huh? Yeah, they just have to be together. And then, do I even need to overthink this one? Is it just... Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Well, not really. It does seem to be like just solving itself, you know? And these. There you go. Okay. More of these, please. Dude, we have so many more to go. All right. Where's the... okay, crosses and corners. And I have to alternate. Well, there's so many options here. But I have to be able to alternate. So, like, if we do something like this, I'm probably going to get stuck. Oh, yeah, I should start with the corner that can't be done with a cross. A cross could never fill in this bottom corner, so it has to be corner. And then the cross pretty much has to be here because we have to alternate. And then this is forced. This is forced. Forced. And it should all just fill in from there. Great. Next. We got 1 by 1, 1 by 3, and 3 by 3. Well, down here has to be 3 by 3 or 3 by 1. There's nothing else that fits there. Because 1 by 1 also can't fit there. This has to be a 1 by 1. That means, oh, well, that means I have to do a 3 by 3 here. Because nothing else will. It's the only one that's not the same as these. And I have to do that here, which means I have to do a 1 by 1 here and a 3 by 3 here. And a 1 by 1 here. And it just kind of solves itself mostly, hopefully. Crap. Crap. I can't fill this in. If that's the case. Oh, I can. By being slightly clever. I say that, but there we go. All right. How many are we at? 23 of 31. All right, this is going to take a while. Bank shape. Well, I could do this, or I could do this. That would trap a square, so it has to be this. That would touch. So it actually has to go up this way. Go like that. I was making assumptions that were not true. I could do something like this, but then they're touching. If I do something like this, those are touching. If I do this... Oh, I already tried this. And I'm leaving a spot in the corner. Oh no, what have I done? Is this not correct? It had... If I do that, yeah, I'm screwed. If I do that. And we already determined we can't do this. So that yeah, no, that has to be that way. There's no other way to fit this in. So I could do... No. If I do that, we're donezo. How do I do this corner? Doesn't work. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe it'll fall into place if we do up here. Which seems like it solves itself. Almost. I need a... Oh, that's dangerous. That doesn't work. What do you mean it doesn't work? What do you mean it doesn't work? I guess I don't actually have to do that. That's not true. This works. There we go. Now I've got a 3x4 area I need to fill up. While... Of course. Oh no, dude. Oh no. So we know this is going to be a 1x2 or a 3. I'm not sure which yet. Oh god. Well, let's just make an assumption and see. Everything else should just play out naturally. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't all play out naturally. We can just reset and try the other way. But this looks pretty promising. Yep. All right. I'll take it. 4, 6, 4s, 5. Oof. Where are the hidden ones? There's a hidden one here. It's just a 3. Oh. We're back to this. This might be for another area, actually. Mingle shape plus I have to do this. Oh no. Well, this guy can either go here or here. If I do that, then I can make a shape like this, potentially, in a straight line, so then they're all separate from each other. That's promising. To make these different... Oh, I can't. This is forced to be a 2x2, so... Unless I did this, which would mean this probably has to happen. That's not going to work. These empty spaces are key. So what about ones that are not empty? So like, for instance... Well, this one could be everything different, really. Could I just do something... Well, no, because these are forced to be 2s. This could be a 3 to avoid that. But this can't avoid being 2 beside each other. So that won't work. This... Oh no. This could be a 3, like 3 line, 2 line. But then how am I going to deal with these? Oh, yeah, that works. Kind of. Almost. Not quite, actually. This guy's orphaned. This blue is orphaned. So that doesn't quite work. These are going to be conflicting. I could do this. Okay. Okay. Probably well. 4s, 5s. Wait, was that for this? Or was it for over here? No, I guess it must have been for that after all. Oh, it was just the different style of ones that we were... We've done so many puzzles that I literally already forgot. Oh, there's a hidden one here. Yeah, it was just more of these. Okay. This side of this area is these shapes. Oh my gosh. Shape bank, mingle, and rose window. Okay, well... I can't have any 2x3s, so these have to be like this? Well, no, because it could be like this. So I don't actually know anything about that one. This guy, similarly, could be the same. There's so many options. Therefore, we should probably just make an assumption that it will be something large and in charge. Okay, if I do that, then we screw ourselves. That's not going to be correct. Could be a square. That is possible. That would mess us up. Which means this is not going to be an L shape. It can't be a square, so that means this is almost certainly wrong. Oh, this is tough. If I try and do different combinations, I think this becomes impossible. I can't do this because I can't fit a square in there. So that obviously cannot be correct. What other shapes can I do over here? Need an elbow piece. Yes, that doesn't work, but it could be here. But then what do I put here? I would need an elbow piece to satisfy these guys. But that would invalidate this. And I can't do an elbow piece because it would invalidate this. I can't do a square because it would invalidate this. So that doesn't quite work. This could potentially work though. But then I get into the trouble of, again, I can't fill this in without invalidating this. Tough. Okay, what about here in the middle? This has to be connected to something. It can't be a square. It could be this or this. Well, it can't be that actually, because it has to go to a blue. Things are not completely symmetrical, of course. This is the red, this is the blue. Okay. But if I make this a angle, we're gonna be screwed here. So I don't think that's correct. I think it has to be an L piece of some kind. But what L piece is valid for that guy? I could do something like that. And this. Then a square doesn't fit here. If I did it on the right-hand side, though, that is valid. If I lock that in, I need to be able to get these together, almost certainly, because they can't really escape anywhere. I could do an L piece, but then we have this line here that doesn't work, so I think it has to be like that. But then this doesn't work out. And I've got nowhere to bring. So this could be a square. But then this can't be a square. It would have to be... Oh, it doesn't work, man. It doesn't work. I am actually getting baffled by these. These are so difficult. And I can't, you really just can't guess and check these, I don't think. Because now I've got 3 different things touching these. This would have to be an L piece. And this would have to also be, corner piece. And this would also have to be corner piece. But that's not going to work. This is so difficult. If I do that, that satisfies all of them. At least to start with. How would I fill in this? It would have to be an L piece of some kind. It would leave this to be a square. This. Wait, that's not valid? Oh, because it touches that. But this can't be that then. Maybe this isn't a square. Maybe this is an L piece. Uh-oh. I feel like we're really close here. Unless I messed up, but... I'm tempted to do a hint, but let me think about this a little bit. This has to be a square. This has to be an L piece. This has to be... Yes! Okay, we did it. Oh, dear. My brain. There's gooey mess coming out of my ears from trying this. We've done 27 to 31. We're almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There should be one more after that. I think these are for the next area. Yeah. There should be one more hidden one somewhere in this vicinity, but let's do this 4. Okay, that one's set in stone. This 3. Let's go up or left. I don't know. If it goes left, this has to be a 2, 1, 2. And then we get screwed in this corner, maybe? Maybe not. Oh, that would still technically work. Here has to be a 1. Here has to be a 2. Then we lose in the corner. Unless I do that. Oh, there's the other hidden one I was missing. So let's grab that. So this is a 2 and a 3. And we can have cubes, which is the only thing that can go here in between these two. Otherwise, we'll obviously be invalidating one or the other. Here would be cube would not work, and a 2 wouldn't work, so it has to be a 3 going upward. Actually, it could, yeah, because it goes right, it validates that. So okay, easy peasy. And this has to be a 2 because it's the only thing that isn't one of the others. Same with this square. This could be a 3 or a 2, but I'm gonna assume it's a 3. No, it can't be a 2 because then this would have to be a 3, and then unless I made a 2 going horizontally here and blah blah blah. Yeah, complicates things. So I'm just gonna assume I'm correct there. It also creates this nice little contained area. But it also means I don't have any other forced moves at this point, other than this could. Yeah, this has to be a 2 actually. Forces this to be a cube. This to be a 3. And then I need a 2. And then these can be 3. This also has to be a 3. Oh, that messes things up. That messes things up. So that's not guaranteed. It could be 2 and a cube. That would also work. Oh wait, don't do that yet. I have all 3 of them touching this spot, but that's okay. I can do this. All right. We've got 2 4s, a 5, and a 6. And that'll get us a +2. Perfect. Oh, okay. This has to be probably here. I don't know that, though. Normally, you'd start here, but they can't be beside each other. Actually, if I do this, it just works. And then I just kind of have to alternate some other shapes. It doesn't necessarily matter what. Oh, I can't do that. Which means that's a problem. This guy can't go down. But if he goes up, then this can't go. Oh, crap. Wait, I can change the shape of this. It can be anything I want. Oh, but then that breaks this. So it cannot be anything I want. The spaces that are there are just as important as the spaces that are not there. That works better. Probably should have started over here, but it's okay. This 2 can't touch either of those, and then this guy can go here. But then we have got a awkward. No, wait, he can go down. Oh, wait, no, these can be 3s. Oh, this doesn't work. I see. Almost. I think I just have to swap things around a little bit. Oh, wait, you can go right. You can go right. And then we're done. Okay. All right, 1 more 4. We got some 1s. Great. Okay, well, I think it's almost certainly going to be something like this, because otherwise it's not going to be able to alternate. That has to be a 2 then. And this would have to be a 3 down this way, because this way's blocked. This almost certainly has to be like that. This has to be a 2. And a 1. A 3. Oh, but then these 2s are going to be touching each other. So that doesn't... But this can be a 4? No, because it has to be one of those shapes. Damn it. It cannot be. Okay, these 2s are a bit of a problem. All of these 2s are, actually. Now I've got this awkward space. I cannot fill. I cannot do it. Therefore, this must be wrong somewhere. All right, so we know that these can't be near each other. This has to go somewhere else as well. This has to be a 3. It could be like this. Might be something else. I don't know. Actually, can it be anything else? No, I don't think so. Oh, this ruins up here, actually. Because then I can't have a 3 there, so this actually would have to be something like that. But then what do I do about here? I can't fill all this in. Oh, no. Oh, no, this is so difficult. It's only a 4. Well, let's see. I don't like these are always going to be touching in some way or another. So these are forced. This can't go down. It could go left, up, or right. I don't know. This top corner is a mystery. Can't be a 2, so it's a 3 or it can't be a 1. So it has to be a 3 actually. That's just straight up forced. This can happen. Ah, that's what I was missing. That's what I was missing. This can be a 2. It has to be a 2, in fact. Almost certainly had to make this a 3, I would assume. I don't know which way this is going to go. 2. 3, 2, because then they can separate these easily. And these can be 2s and 1s. That works. Then over here, all I have to do is a... Dang nabbit. I think this has to be... Oh, I see what I can do. And I can't... No, I can't do that. I can't go this way. Because then it will conflict with this no matter what. Could do this. But then I'm conflicting with that. So I could do this, which is what it had before, I think. A 2. A 2. And that doesn't work. And obviously 3s doesn't work. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck here. Wait. Figured it out. It was like that. The one option I hadn't looked at for going around, I kept wanting to go around this, but I already had one there. So yeah, like it would, it's just, you get stuck in those traps, those mine traps. Well, we've completed Mingle shape, but we have 2 more. Oh my God. Well, let's do all the ones that we can easily just say yes. This is true. They're all just 1s. Now in this bottom left corner, if I do this, it doesn't work because then I'll have a 1 space between a 1 space, but I could do this. That seems reasonable. But then how do I separate these? Oh, it doesn't matter what shape it is. As long as, or rather it could include another shape and not worry about it. So as long as it's not a 3 or a 1, or 2 2s for that matter. So it could be this, it could be something more. This can't touch, it can't go down. It could go right and up, or it could go here. I don't know which yet. All I know is it's not here. Since this is a 2, this has to be more than a 2. It has to be more than a 3. Or rather, it can't be a 3 like this. It could be this. That's plausible. This could go up or down. If I just sketch this out a little bit, this is going to cause a problem. Wait, why is that invalid? Oh. Oh, so that actually can't be the case. It could go up like this. And then this could be, for instance, a triangle. That is a possibility. I don't know if this is the correct way to be going about this. It seems kind of slow, not gonna lie. Okay, I could do something like that, but then I can't get the corner piece. If I go like this, it's gonna conflict with these guys. So how else can I organize this? I think that forces me to do this. or this, which seems more likely to me. Like, this just looks plausible. This will not work. How would I get these guys? I could do something like that. Then we got nice spaces in between everybody. And then these. That just looks good to me. Oh, this has to be a 3, right? So we're just gonna go on feelings right now and see how that goes. I can just fill in this with as much stuff as I want. It doesn't really matter. This one's a weird shape, I will say. It's extensive. And then this is also extensive. But probably, oh, if I do that, then I can't do this. I see. Cute, but it could be a 3, but then it can't be a 3 because it conflicts with that. It can't be a 1. It could be a 2. But then that can't be a 1. So then this could go here to fill that in instead. And I can have a bunch of 1s here, right? Oh, I've got 2 2s. Shoot. Never mind. That doesn't work. Okay. Then can I move this stuff over at all? Yeah, this is a wee bit of a mess, you could say. I can't do that because it'll conflict with this guy. If it went over here, could you be farther up? You could. Oh, but then they're the same shape? But then they're the same shape as that. Dude, they set up that so evilly. That's so evil. I can't believe it. That was intentional. That's 100% intentional by the devs to make that the case. Oh, that's so clever. Sons of bitches. I do this, and then these conflict. I make it like, no, this, then they conflict. That's so mean. That's so mean. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've got literally the entire count there. All right, hold on. This corner is fucking savagely mean. I can't believe this. I can't freaking believe this. If I do 1, I'm touching. If I do 2, I'm touching. If I do 3, I'm touching. If I do 4, I'm touching. 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it has to be that, but then he can't fit in here. There's no way to fit everything else in. It would have to go this way, potentially. But again, I can't fit. Can't fit it in unless we finagle this stuff out of the way. Oh, but then they touch here. I could do this. And a 2 and a 1. But then this 2 conflicts. Oh, they're so evil. They're so evil. I can't believe this. This 2 could go up, and then this could be a 4. Then this 2 conflicts with this. Oh, come on, man. Can I do 1 more? I can. And then this can be a 2. This could be a 1. Okay, and then this works, and this works. Oh, that's so smart. Unfreaking believable. This has to go up this way then. And this looks like it would just be this. Okay, probably. This puzzle's so good. What the hell? They designed this like ridiculously well. That is something that I'm like, if you gave me 100 years to come up with a puzzle, I never would have thought of that. I never would have thought of this setup. That is so clever. I love that. That is brilliance right there. How am I going to get all these shapes in? Well, this is the weird shaped one that almost doesn't really fit in any other way other than that. So I think, oh, you have to be larger than that, huh? Oh, but then that blocks that. Oh, but I can do this. Then how am I going to get these guys together? It doesn't work. Oh, no. These 4s. That means down here probably is wrong. Oh, I've got all this wasted space. It's guaranteed to be wrong. There's no way this is going to be right anymore. Okay. So all these zigzags were very hopeful anyways. So like the odds of, it being that simple were next to nothing, Actually, that's a better solution than I had before. It's a much better solution. But anyways, so I could do something like this, but then I'm screwing myself out of that. So I could do this. This be 4. This be 2, 3. I mean, that's forced. 2 and a 3. I mean, that looks good to me. This is forced to be... Oh. Oh, you tricky. But then I can't do this. How do I deal with that? How do I deal with that? Because obviously if these would then touch. So these are actually forced. How do I deal with that? This is not forced. That means this is wrong. That's all that means, is that this is wrong. So the 2s, I mean, could be around like, no, they can't be around like that. So yeah, they're forced in those directions. Which doesn't quite force this, but almost certainly there's no reason not to do that. Moving it out one, like why would I want to do that? Okay, then how do I fit this in like that? That seems pretty good. This seems pretty good. Or I need to deal with this space. Can't be a 2. Could be a 3 line. Then it blocks this 3 line. Then this is probably wrong. I probably have to make it a 4. No, if it's a... They're doing it again! They're doing it again! There's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no way, right? There's no way that... No, because then that would be blocked. Oh, hell, well, this could be farther down. This could be somewhere like this. No, it can't because that blocks this. It could be horizontal. That's too many squares, actually. So I do think that has to be vertical there. I just don't know if it fills in the entire area or not. This is... Wait, can you go here and you be a 4? No, because of the 2. I don't know why I'm doting past me, but... So this has to be a lot. It has to be a very big... But then that's going to block this completely. Unless... But then that makes this hopeless. Wait, yeah, this 2 can't go down. Can't go left. This is unbelievably difficult. This doesn't feel right either. Could it be this guy wrong? I don't think so. That looks too good to be true, right? Well, maybe it is too good to be true. How do I fill this in? That's the question. I can't do it with this. That would have been too convenient. I can fill it in with that, but then this will always conflict with that. So it does not work. No, that is not true. So I think these have to be connected. But then this is doomed. This whole space is doomed. If they're not connected, then this has no choice but to be here. And this could be here, but then this is fucked. If it goes down, then these are screwed. I suppose this could be horizontal in theory. Yeah, so we can undo some of this. These are not set in stone. I need to remember that. This is set in stone. All right, let's play with the idea. Well, if I do this, it's not gonna work. Well, there is a world where maybe. But then how do I deal with this? Because I can't leave one space there. Anything but one space would work. But one space is all I have. A humbug. Could I do this? Yes. No, because then it would conflict with this guy. Could I change this guy at all? It's gonna, these things block it hardcore. This too could in theory go down actually. And then we can have this. And that frees up a spot for what? For what? I mean, that is better space efficiency, I suppose. Oh, it doesn't work because of this. Again, I doted myself on this too. I doted myself. Doesn't that still work though? Yeah, but now I don't have a space here. That's why. Oh, it's so difficult. All right, hold on. I'm going to use a hint. There are several mistakes. This is the earliest one. All the way down there. No. I mean, it makes sense, I suppose, but I thought I was being so clever. No. It's a cascade of mistakes. Cascade of errors. Okay. Curious? That doesn't work because the whole point was you needed to not be a T shape or this shape. Could go farther, I suppose. No, because then I'll have a 2 there. How is that wrong? How is that wrong? Game, tell me. What's the earliest mistake? This is wrong? What? I've done this whole puzzle wrong. What? No way. That feels so right. That top left is a beautiful design. What do you mean it's wrong? What do you mean? Really? Really? No. Oh. It can go farther, I suppose. That's not one that has a poly shape on it, so I guess that makes sense. It could, okay. It could go farther. That is true. I don't know how this helps me because I'm still screwed down here. Then those are, then that's a 3, and it doesn't fucking work, man. It doesn't work. I'm so screwed. This is so hard. Do I have any problems here? It keeps going. Why? What? These two shells should not have a border between them. It doesn't necessarily mean this whole thing is wrong. Bro, this is... I have to just leave this puzzle. I can't do that freaking puzzle. This 5? We have completed the area. Let's try this 6. We'll come back to that one, maybe. Maybe. This might be the time where I admit defeat, though. Oh, lordy. 1s, 2s, and 3s. And none of them can be beside each other. None of these can combine, so they're at least different shapes. This area is so difficult. Well, if I want to fill in the corner here, if I say do this horizontally, I would need a 1, 2. Then I'd have to have like a 1. This would have to go vertically. But then how am I going to fix this? Let's just go down the line. Let's just go down the line. And maybe I figure it out. There's a non-zero chance that this works out. I need this to be... Oh, crap. Well, I could do this. That works. In theory. We're gonna very quickly run into problems, though, trying this quote-unquote strategy. So this can't go vertically. It has to go horizontally. So can I fill in this whole area? I mean, that could be a 2. That could be a 1. This could be a 2. This could be a 1. This could be a 2. So far, technically, everything is possible. This... If it goes horizontally, I'd have to do it like a 2, 1, 2 kind of thing, which does work. Need this to be a 1, which means I'm screwed there, so that doesn't work. I could do something like... Oh, no. This area is a problem. If I do it this way. So like up here, I need 1 going into everything. These 3s don't... None of the 3s line up with it. Could I do the same pattern up here? Is it symmetrical? It's not symmetrical. These ones are different pattern. So here's the thing. Actually, these could both be 1s. I think that's the only way it has to work. And then I have 2s and then 3s. But then how do I solve this conundrum? I don't think I can. I don't think I can, because it can't be a 3. Because of this guy. Can't be a 2 because of this guy. Can't be a 1 because of that guy. And therefore it does not work. This could be a 2 here, perhaps. Then the 1 would have to be here, which does not work. It does not work. Yeah, so those are forced to be 1s. All right. I think the top left is still reasonably okay. Well, I have to figure out how to do this down here in a way that makes the most sense. This is a 3. I mean, you can box it off like that, which is nice. So that would have to be vertical. That would mess up this entirely, though. Which means this has to be horizontal. But then these are not great, so that means that has to be vertical. But what about over here? Does this still work? It does, technically. but not really. 'Cause this has to be a 2. It can't be a 3. So I need to shuffle these around maybe until something works. Which I can do. Probably eventually. Nope. Nope, that doesn't work. Unless I swap these around as well. Okay, this is a little messed up now. That can't be. That, Well, yeah, because I can't, Can I swap this around? Make this a 2. I can. Then this can be a 1 happily. This can be a 2 happily. We are nearly there. We are nearly there. 2. Oops. 1. A 2. This 3 probably has to be horizontal. 2. Or sorry. 1. A 2. A 1. A 2. A 1. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we're at 31 plus 1. It's just this last puzzle. Well, let's start fresh. All right. Let's start fresh. So we know all these are locked in place. There. We've almost been completely befuddled by this. Look at us. Start in, well, I mean, like, they seem like, because there's so many tiles down here, it would be easy. It should, in theory, be easy to figure out what is possible. So these all have to be different shapes. These could be the same, in theory. They almost certainly are, but... All right, so if we look at down here, if I do this, this is invalid. So impossible. 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 Possible. So it has to go here. I'm pretty confident of that. This guy, if he goes here, it causes that problem. There's so he literally can't be there. He could be like this, for instance, or like this. I don't know anything past that right now. This 2, I also don't know. So this 3, I mean, it would make sense to do this, but there's no guarantee. No, it can't do that. It literally cannot do that. It can do anything but that. Yeah. So... and it told me there was no line here, implying that this would keep going up. There is, I know it's a 4 and these are 5s, but I'm not going to be able to connect them to that anyways, so I don't think that's the concern. Either way, this has to go at least that far to not conflict with any of these. I can't have a 2 here because it creates a 1. I can't have a 3, I can't have a 4, so yeah, it has to go to at least there. All of these, guaranteed answers. I say all of these, it's one and partial of 1. This line has to be here, so then what is this shape gonna be? It can't connect to this. Can't be a 3. Could connect to this, I don't know. It goes somewhere, though, is the thing. Where? I don't know. In fact, yeah, it can't be a 1. So this means this is either here, here. Well, it's somewhere in this area. And I don't know where. This can't be a 3. So it can't end there. It could keep going, potentially. But I don't know. So did I learn everything I can here? Can I eliminate anything over here? If this is like this, I mean, that would still work. It would block doing good stuff with these guys. I feel like that's probably too good to give up, right? You think it's... Oh, wait, that has to be a 2. But then this would be a 2 space. But I couldn't combine it there. So what if I did this? Well, okay, don't do that, but check my progress. There's at least one mistake. There's a line there. Okay, I mean, that's fine, actually. What now? Should not have a border between them, huh? Do you think this is just all one area? Everything is so far is correct. Okay. It feels bad to have to do that, but this puzzle's so big and gave us so much trouble. All right. Well, that's a good sign. Now these... Actually, let's work on the top left. Because I feel like this almost certainly has to be a thing. And then it has to go... Probably keep going. And... I think it told me something was wrong. I don't know. If I do that... Is that correct? There's at least one mistake. Oh, so it probably ends there. Everything's correct. Okay. So we actually did have this figured out last time. And I feel like this is probably still correct. But I won't verify it. And you know what? This does just say check progress. It does not say, you know, spoil it for me or what have you. It's not a hint. It doesn't say it's a hint system. They're being very forgiving with the language they've picked. Now, could this go in any other configuration? I don't think so. Nothing that makes sense that doesn't just leave random gaps. So I'm believing that we're about a third of the way done here. This corner here is a problem. So this has to go up. It cannot go down. It cannot go left because then it'll connect with this. Same with this. It has to go down. This has to go up. Right. Now, this cannot be a 2. Cannot be a 3. Not in a line, at least. 4. Cannot be a 4 in a line. If it touches this, then it doesn't work here. If it touches this, it's not the right shape, no matter what we do. Yeah. So it has to keep going. After that, I don't know. After that, I don't know. But there's nothing else we can do with that. Okay. This guy, we don't really know about either yet. I think there's only one way to fit this guy in. Because he's not in the middle of the shape. So this tile cannot be this guy. It has to be this. And there's only really one configuration here that works, I'm pretty sure. But that just makes... Oh, that be a problem. So I can do that. Okay. And this is a 1. I don't know after that, though. Oh, undo. Undo, undo, undo. This looks like it would make sense to me in a 1. And this is forced to go down here like this. And we don't have this problem here anymore. Ah. Okay. So you probably keep going down somewhere. I mean, you have to, actually. Because I can't have a 1 space here. I could have a 2 space there. It could just be a... No, if it's a straight line, then it clicks there. So it has to keep going. Okay. This guy would be like this, and this be a 2. That does work. 4, 3, 2. Maybe. The question is now about these Zeds down here. So I felt like this was probably really good. Can't do that. I could do this. And then I could do this. Oh my gosh, we did it. That was so hard. Oh, we did it though. Mingle shape completed +2. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you guys next time when we go to one of these next areas. I'm not sure if I'll go to the right or left. See you guys then.